And you can see the keyboard lighting up there. Get a nice good look at the keyboard. I'll get a better look later. Right now I want you to see the boot time. And the little orange light to the right bottom side is just the fact that the battery is charging. And I do have an alternate boot screen. It's a different boot screen than normal. Looks kind of cool if I step back and I got my mouse there glowing. Still booting up. And I do have the 7200 RPM hard drive installed, so that's going to give us the fastest boot time possible besides a solid state drive. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and slide my finger here on the logon screen. This little thing here is going to go like, okay. Let's see here if you can see it work. Yep, that little green circle there means I logged on correctly with my fingerprint. And forgive my my stuffy nose here. I got a cold. Probably sound really funny. Overall, much nicer unit than the M15X, which is horrible in my standards. It's very creaky, very poorly designed. I'm sorry, Alienware, please forgive me for that, but it's not exactly the greatest notebook you guys have produced. Alright, here, everything looks like it's pretty much loaded up, so pretty quick boot time there. Now I'm going to run a couple games. I'll start out with Crisis, and I'll have Fraps running so you guys can see the FPS. I'm going to go ahead and stop here while I get that installed. I don't think I have Fraps installed, so I'll be right back. Got Fraps right up here in the corner, and that can't be right. But I guess the numbers are what they are. Guess they won't be right until I start a game, so... Okay. I'll go ahead and do a single player mission here. Keep an eye on that number up in the left hand corner. I'll just load up a game here. I guess I'm inside the alien chamber there. Go ahead and load that. There we go. You can pay attention to the FPS up there. That'll tell you the performance of the M17. This one has dual Radeon ATI 3870s, each with 320 stream processing units and 512 megabytes of DDR3 RAM. Alright, let's go. Alright, there's your FPS up there. I'm going to do a couple things like fire the minigun. Pay attention to the FPS. And I do have the graphics on very high, and I do have it on 1920 by 1200 resolution. I'm going to go ahead and go forward here. There's the FPS. About 1920. Not really that great, but considering, it's really good. Alright. Pay attention to the FPS up there. So in a really intense battle, even at 1920 by 1200 res, it's still going to perform really well. Alright, shall we go on to another game? Alright, here's Far Cry 2, or yeah, Far Cry 2. Never really played this game yet, so check it out. Well, we should probably go back and crank up the graphics a little bit here. Let's go to Options, Display. Ooh, that's kind of low. Let's crank it up. Yes. We'll run DirectX 10. Everything's on high except for overall, so Let's make everything on ultra high and apply. And this is truly benchmarking because we're just cranking up everything as high as we can and seeing how well it performs. And that gives you a really good idea how well the game's actually going to perform under stress. And the point of this is not to make it look pretty, it's just to show you how good your graphics cards are. Alright, we got an average of about 28.
So you going to hotel?
Everything is cranked out to the max. Looks pretty smooth. We're running about 30 frames per second. Still rounding around 28 frames per second. The highest I've seen so far is about 34, which is definitely playable. Not seeing any jerkiness at all. Ooh. Looking down here. Oh. So yeah, there you go. You got a pretty good idea here of Far Cry 2 and how well it handles on maximum settings. Let's try a pretty intense game like Mass Effect. Alright, here's the infamous Mass Effect. Okay. Can we play now? If I had to start a new game, I'm probably not going to do this, but oh good, anti-aliasing, all that good stuff. And as you can see, FPS here, 61, 59. Yes, this game isn't as intense as the others. I'm just running forward here. Look at the FPS, so it's 61, and it's pretty intense. Actually, it's very intense. There's my sniper rifle. FPS not really slowing down at all. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty intense game. You can get pretty detailed on this, especially when it goes up to shortcuts, or not shortcuts, but close shots of people's faces. Forgive me, I'm sick. I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of stuff. Yeah, let me get really close to somebody's face here. Let me get the sniper rifle out. Oh, somebody's face. Come here. I really can't see him. There we go. Alright. There we go. As you can see, it's pretty detailed. The water's pretty detailed. You can get a good close-up of that. And I'm still averaging around 60 frames per second. Very awesome computer. Better than the M17X. Alright, I think it's best to end things with a pretty good rating as far as the Windows Vista system rating. Let's check it out here. I'm going to bring that up. Probably be the best way to end things, to show you how it was made. As far as how the ratings went. I made that way too big. Alright, it looks like, I don't know if you can see it, but the processor gets a... Gosh, this is horrible. Let me turn the brightness down. See if you can read this a little better. Processor gets a 5.3. Memory gets a 5.9. Graphics gets a 5.9. Gaming graphics gets a 5.9. Primary hard drive gets a 5.7. But for now, you got a good, decent idea of how well it operates on different games, and it doesn't run too hot. And that's the Alienware M17, best gaming laptop out to date. Alright, I'll see you guys later.